show you how great I am.
I'm gonna float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. I am the king of the world.
G5 Jeff TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video, support your boy. Support good content at all times. All social media is in the description box, and please hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I drop that heat. This is the aftermath of Oleksandr Usyk versus Tony Bellew that went down this Saturday on the Zone. This was a good fight, good tactical fight, and Oleksandr Usyk hit Tony Bellew with that 1-2 in the 8th round, got him up out of there, and Oleksandr Usyk retains all his belts at cruiserweight. I want to take the time right now to congratulate Tony Bellew on a really good career, just being a stand-up boxer, a showman, hopping in the ring with anybody at any time, and really making a name for himself, maximizing his talents. I mean, hell, he was even in movies and stuff. So Tony Bellew is the epitome of what a boxer should be in terms of having that competitive spirit, working on his craft, getting better as he got older. Remember, Tony Bellew is the same guy that got knocked out by Adonis Stevenson on HBO. And people forget about that. But Tony Bellew has done a lot in the sport of boxing. He showed a great deal of sportsmanship in the aftermath of the Oleksandr Usyk fight. He went into the dressing room and congratulated him inside of the ring, showed nothing but class. And like they said in the post-fight interview, Tony Bellew could have went a lot of different ways for a lot more money. I mean, he could have got an Anthony Joshua fight. He could have got a Wilder fight. He could have got a Tyson Fury fight. I mean, it was a lot of different ways he could have went, but the competitor in him took him to Oleksandr Usyk, and that's a stand-up fighter right there, man. So we definitely need to give that man a round of applause. Hopefully, you know, he is healthy long-term. Boxing is a crazy game, so hopefully financially he's straight, physically he's straight, and he can move on and enjoy the rest of his life. Hopefully he'll stay in boxing in some capacity as an announcer or maybe even a trainer. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to Tony Bellew on a very, very good career. Now, in this actual fight, I actually had Tony Bellew winning the fight. I had Tony Bellew winning the fight. I thought Tony Bellew won the first 3 rounds clearly. And then from round 4 to 8, it was kind of just nip and tuck. But it was a chess match. And Tony Bellew did what you do to any southpaw, and you throw that straight right hand. You threw a straight right hand. He was doing a lot of slipping and dipping. And Tony Bellew started to gas out physically. And that's when you started to see basically the technical aspects of Tony Bellew's game to get a little bit sloppy. And when a guy gets tired, the first thing that goes is the fundamentals, because you're focused on being tired versus your fundamentals. And it seems like that's what happened with Tony Bellew. Now, I did watch some tape on Usyk prior to this fight. I see why people are excited about him. But the one thing about this fight between Usyk and Bellew is Bellew showed me that Usyk is good, but he's no monster. Like, he's no monster. Like, let's get that 100% clear. Like, Tony Bellew made it perfectly clear that this guy is beatable. He's definitely beatable. You know, when you hear unified champion and cruiserweight, you know, him and Vasyl Lomachenko's been cool for a long time. He's just a surgeon inside of the ring. You know, I have what the record tells me with, you know, just the boxing style tells me. But then we all have our own eye test that we give with fighters. And when I basically gave the eye test to Oleksandr Usyk, I see good, but not special. I don't see special. I don't see invincible. I don't see any of that. I just think he is a very skilled big man. I think he's a very skilled big man, but it's not anything that we haven't seen in the sport of boxing. We've seen plenty of skilled big men. Many skilled big men that are southpaws in history, throughout the history of boxing. Like, he doesn't really stand out to me. But just because I say that, I'm not saying that he's not good. Like, he's definitely good. He is definitely good. But nothing really jumps off the page physically when it comes down to Usyk. He's just really systematic in what he does. And sometimes that's enough to win a lot of fights when you're matched up correctly. And Oleksandr Usyk, I mean, he's a hot topic. He's a hot guy in boxing. And I like talking about Usyk because the cruiserweights don't get that much love. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're like the stepchild. They don't get paid attention to. It's, 175 light heavyweight, and then you jump straight to heavyweight. Like, you don't even talk about cruiserweight. You know what I'm saying? It's been very few cruiserweights that we really talked about in history. Usyk is one. David Haye is another one. And Evander Holyfield. Evander Holyfield was a great cruiserweight before he went up to heavyweight. So it's just a division that just doesn't get a lot of talk, a lot of glamour. But Oleksandr Usyk is definitely bringing that to the division right now. And there's a lot of talk about what's next for Usyk, and all of the talk is warranted. All of the talk is warranted. I didn't do a breakdown and prediction video, but I told a couple people, like in the comment section of other videos and just chatting on the gram and all that, I was just like, I think Bellew's going to give him a tough fight. I definitely didn't think it was going to be a blowout, and it wasn't a blowout. I would have loved to have seen Bellew in this fight if he didn't gas out. Because if he didn't gas out, I think this would have went to a close decision, and I think we would be talking a little bit differently about basically Oleksandr Usyk and this fight in general. But the thing is, Usyk is always putting on the pressure. He's always cutting the ring off. Even though he didn't do that good of a job in this fight in cutting the ring off, Tony Bellew was pretty much moving wherever he wanted, whenever he wanted. But usually Usyk is good at cutting the ring off, and he just applies pressure, educated pressure. And that's what he did in this fight. And I think Usyk was a part of the reason why Tony Bellew gassed out. But I'm not surprised that he gassed out, because he went into the ring with David Haye, and David Haye is a completely different fighter, and those was his last two fights. So Bellew didn't see anything like Usyk in a long time, and it was a good fight, but Tony Bellew fell a little bit short. Congratulations to Oleksandr Usyk. Tony Bellew, congratulations on a very good career. And that's on behalf of G5 Jeff TV. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. G5 Jeff TV. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Please share this video. Support your boy. Support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.